Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Chill Zone on the Tarda Zone. I hope you're all feeling very well indeed. I just had a bit of an accident here today. I slipped and I put my hand on a hob, and my thumb is absolutely killing me right now. Um, yeah, so that's why I streamed a little bit early, just in case I need to go and see someone. But yeah, that was a bit nasty. Wet floor, slipped, bang on the hob. Not nice at all. Anyway, we got some people in the chat. I've sent the emails out. I'm pretty sure Charlotte will be here at some stage. I just wanted to go a little bit early, so when she pops in, which will probably be around 7, um, and then yeah, so we will continue on. Sorry, I'm just trying to concentrate while my hand is killing me. It's actually very difficult to do. But we got Cinnamon Toast Crunch in the chat. We've got WMD. We got Garbage also in the chat. And we've got James Dawson also in the chat. Don't forget, for you members, see, I'd forgotten the schedule, right? But now I remember Thursdays we do stream. We do the preview stream for Friday Night Contact. So if you remember, there'll be a stream tomorrow. So don't forget to tune in for that. And I might be a little bit earlier than usual. Um, Obviously, with things that have gone on, it's crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna try concentrate on this. I don't even know why I'm giggling. I'm in a lot of pain. Maybe that's what I do when I'm in pain. I giggle or something. Because well, I've experienced a lot of pain, but like, yeah, this type of pain and a paper cut, yeah, it's do we get a live member stream a month now? No, lol. Just kidding. Um, yeah, no, falling behind on them. And it's right that you pointed out. But in fairness, we have had a lot of Doctor Who stuff to talk about, so that's why we got a bit distracted, and we did take a week off. Do you remember? Because the lads 1 week didn't stream because Chris was in work and Lee clearly needed a break, and to be quite honest, so did I. So we took that night off. So there was no preview stream that week. So that explains that week anyway. But we will have one tomorrow. Um, Laughing is the best medicine, says Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yeah, true, true, true. Well, let's bring on one of my co-hosts who's going to be joining me, and as I said, Queen Charlotte will be here. Hopefully, actually, I better check Facebook just to make sure because could be a late night tonight. But I'm pretty sure. She said she was going to be here. We got PD here. Hey,
Hey,
PD.
you're right. Yeah, I
Uh,
did a similar thing with a soldering iron once.
you
Wasn't
know,
pretty.
it's killing me, man. But I did what they tell you to do when that happens.
Yeah,
Your hand under a cold tap.
that's
Uh,
it.
Pour it under for as long as I should have, but because I still had to cook dinner and I still had to get things done, so
Yeah,
I'm ignoring it right now. Well, trying to. But yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible when it's
yeah.
that. That's not the way I wanted to start off the stream. But go on, what were you going to say?
No, I did it with a soldering iron once. I went to pick up a soldering iron. I picked it up in front of the guard, not behind the guard, and I immediately threw it to the floor. Burnt my finger and my thumb.
Yeah, I nearly. Here, the funny thing was when I slipped, I actually put my hand on the frying pan first, which was hot.
Oh
Right,
God.
the frying pan fell on the ground. I don't know how it didn't crush me foot, but it missed
Yeah,
me foot by inches.
yeah.
Right, and then my hand went straight down onto the hob, straight down onto the raw and red hob. Now,
Oh,
luckily, it didn't. Luckily, I didn't burn any of my palms. The finger that got it the most was the thumb. but it's
Yeah.
bleeding. It's the hand that I actually type in always, so it's fucking. I'm
Type-
useless right now.
Typing with your little pinkies now. Yeah, I know that one.
Oh
Yeah, not nice. Not nice.
no, it's still hurting. WMD says, "Did you see the BBC trailer? Only a few seconds long, but it was interesting." Yeah, myself, PD, and Queen Charlotte did discuss it at the end of the last watch along that we did on Monday. We did dedicate a few minutes to it. Yeah, it was interesting. It was a nice little teaser, nice little surprise. Obviously, people have decoded all the little codes that's associated with it. So it's yeah, it's pretty interesting way of doing things, especially when fans didn't know it was going to happen, which is a little bit better in my opinion because then they're a nice little surprise. But yeah, you're right. For a 10 second, I think it was 10 seconds long.
Yeah.
You did get a lot, and it was very clever the way it was done. So,
Yeah.
look, you know, as I think it was a Queen Charlotte that said when she was on Monday, it's about time that they're actually promoting the 60th because it's
Oh
been
yeah.
a while. So it's a nice little start. And I reckon Eurovision this weekend, or is it later
Next
on?
weekend on the 13th. My day
Right,
off is my
so it's next
birthday.
weekend, right? So
Yeah.
next weekend, apparently, there's going to be a trailer. Now, Eurovision starts at 7.
Yeah.
So if I'm predicting correctly, it will be on just as they change a program. Now, the way they finish one program, then they show a couple of
Yeah.
ads before
Yeah.
they go into Eurovision. I think that's what will happen. We will get a trailer, Jordan, at the start before the beginning of Eurovision because some fans are like complaining that they have to watch Eurovision. Eurovision years ago used to be a laugh
Oh yeah.
about
With
20
Wogan.
years
Yeah.
ago. You know, now it's just, I mean, some of the songs are absolutely awful. I mean,
Yeah.
but at least back in the day, some of the songs were actually cracking.
Yeah.
But
I
there's
gave
no
up after
point of
2006.
listen. There's no point of Ireland and the UK entering
Yeah.
the Eurovision, right? Never, because we're never going to win again. Yeah, like
No.
you came close last year. You came really close last year, but you will come nowhere this year, and we're
Oh yeah.
definitely not going to go anywhere because everybody hates our Irish act now. But we won't get into that. But yeah, uh, interesting times ahead.
Yeah.
But look out for that night because there will be something. Um,
Yeah.
and Queen Charlotte is actually here, so we'll bring her in.
Oh.
Yay.
Hello, everybody.
I know we're
Hey.
starting a bit early, but I've explained I burnt my hand.
Oh,
I
you okay?
Well, I slipped in the kitchen because the floor was wet because I never mopped up after I did the dishes. A bit of water went on the floor. Had the frying pan on the hob. My hand went into the frying pan. The frying pan came down onto the floor. Don't know how my foot didn't get squashed, and then my thumb went straight onto the rotten red
Yeah.
hob. So literally, my hand is.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's throbbing and it's not very good. So
Yeah,
that makes
yeah,
sense.
I'm in bits here. I can see a few little blisters forming, but nothing to be getting majorly worried about right now. But
No.
that's why I wanted to start early because Wild Youth are gonna win. Not a, for the love of God, man. I just hope they don't win. I hope they come last, man. They did listen. Absolutely disgraceful what they did. And then it turns out that some of the band members have made some controversial tweets as well. So they're
Oh,
hypocrites, but we
God.
won't get into it because this is the chill zone.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about things that we actually like, and if there's anything that um the panelists want to talk about, we'll do that. No, I'm afraid your injury it's going to get worse. Sorry, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. If it gets worse, don't worry about it. I'm not going to sit around and let it get any worse, right?
It'll,
If
it'll
it does
sting
get
like a bitch,
worse,
but it's not
I'll
going to
just.
turn
That's why I've started
lose your
early. I can
finger.
finish early. The accident and emergency is not really busy at this time, So if I have to go down, I'll go down. But don't. It's only up the road, so I'm grand. Don't worry about it. Nobody has to worry. Accidents happen in the kitchen all the time. I remember a few years ago, I nearly sliced a finger off. Right when
Oh
I was
God.
starting out in me chefing days in me early days, because I was learning how to
Yeah,
use
I
the
know that
different
one.
knives and stuff and different chopping techniques, and I nearly chopped me whole finger off.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
okay, garbage. Cheryl will make him go if he needs to go.
Yeah. It's all right, garbage. I once almost cut my thumb off with a samurai sword, so there we go.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's just red. There's only one area where it's red, right? It's just the pain. That's it,
Yeah,
right?
it's gonna sting
It's
like a
fine.
bitch,
I've
but
put
apart
stuff
from
and
that,
all on it. It's grand. It hasn't. It look. If it came out in a big huge blister, right, and I mean a big huge blister, then we'd
yeah,
have a problem. It's not a big huge blister. It probably sounds worse than I'm making it, to be
yeah,
quite honest with you, because the way I described it. But trust me, it's not. It's not that bad, right? If it was, I wouldn't be here streaming. But the pain is irritating. That's all I'll say. It's one of those irritating pains that you get. You just can't shake. So it's not major. So relax. Right. Let's talk. Let's talk. So we'll start with you, Queen Charlotte, this week. The emergency zone. Okay, now enough of the jokes now, or I'm gonna have to ban you all over the mess. Okay. So yeah, is there anything good you want to share with us this week? I know it's midweek, but maybe something good has happened.
I'm struggling for shows because, like I said, I had my Power Rangers, which I enjoyed, but that was last week. And then I'm sort of I can't think of anything coming up. Like the stuff that I know is going to come out either this year or next year at some point. Because Netflix does that funny thing when they don't actually tell you when something's coming out. They just keep telling you it's coming out
Yeah.
at some point. So it's like, I don't know.
yeah.
Like I know Wednesday, we're going to get Wednesday season 2 at some point this year.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that first season.
Yeah. Same with Cheryl. She enjoyed it as well. So she's looking forward to that. I haven't watched it yet. I will watch it because, as usual, there's people arguing that it's this, that, and the other, and then you have people saying it's very good, But as you know yourself, I go into these things and I watch them for myself. But I've got a list of shows. As I said, I'm on Deep Space Nine
Oh, how you
at the
doing with that?
moment. Well, I haven't, to be quite honest with you, I've only managed to watch 3 episodes in season 4 so far.
Oh
That's
God, season
because,
4's
but,
good.
but that's because the only reason why that is because I've been watching some of the new movies. I watched The
Yeah.
Pope's Exorcist with
Oh,
Russell
that's a good
Crowe.
film.
Now, I have to be honest, I wasn't expecting that much because, there's only a few Exorcist movies that I actually like, right? So there's the original Exorcist movie.
Yeah.
And then there was the 2 kind of prequels that they did that I spoke about a couple of weeks ago, which I liked. And The Exorcist of Emily Rose was actually a very good one. I wasn't expecting much from that, but that really surprised me. But since then, they've done a lot. They've done a lot of all of these possession movies, and it
Yeah,
just
it became cheap Hollywood horror, didn't
yeah,
it?
and it
Yeah.
just I haven't liked any. So I had real high hopes for this one because Russell Crowe was in it. Now I'm not saying Russell Crowe doesn't make a bad movie. He's not one of these actors that has made great movie after great movie. In fairness, I think his career movie wise has been up and down, but he's been brilliant. I want to make that clear. I'm a huge fan of Russell Crowe. I'm just saying maybe some of the movies that he was in weren't quite good. But when I saw the trailer for this, I was like, oh yeah, I think I can really get behind this movie. I'll give it a go. So I watched it today and I was pleasantly surprised. And I will be pleasantly surprised if there isn't a sequel the way it ended, to be quite honest with you. I'm being honest, I don't know if he does sequels, Russell Crowe,
I
but
can't think of any big ones he's done.
but I would love him to do a sequel to this because I really like him as the Pope's exorcist. I think he's brilliant. I wasn't listen. There was some scenes in it that were basically a carbon copy of The Exorcist, the head spinning scene turning around. And in this, they did a spider walk, but it looked more impressive. I have to say. So they took some of the tropes from the original Exorcist movie. Now, this was based on actual events. And that's what made it more interesting for me. There is literally, apparently, if it's true, right? Because you know the way they say movies is based on actual events, and then when you dig a little bit under the surface, you realize that it's not actually, it's all bull crap. But apparently, if it is, apparently there's 198 other sites around the world where
Wow.
evil can come true, take over someone, and then basically evil of the world will rule. 200 fallen angels. It's madness, man. I wasn't expecting it to be really good, but it was. So that's my one. That's my one. Also, if you are into horror movies, you know, The Pope's Exorcist, I would tell you to go and watch. It's well worth a watch. Yeah, so that's the new thing for me. But back to you, Queen Charlotte, because I know I went into a bit of a segue and you were actually in the middle of something.
So I can talk about game.
Yeah, go for it. As I said, this stream. You can talk about anything you want, right?
Well,
so if you're a game, and I'm pretty sure there's a few gamer fans in the chat, and as you know yourself, I do a bit of gaming as well. So go for it, yeah.
Well, there's because here's the weird thing with Disney at the moment. They're not making games themselves, but they're licensing out the IPs a lot more. I've noticed this. And they've actually recently done this. They've let somebody else make it, a kart racing game. So if you know Mario Kart, it's sort of the very basis of that, because it's the idea of the Disney characters, you race them on tracks, but it's a lot more complex. And actually, the attention to detail, I think, is what's one of the things that's impressed me, because all the tracks are based off the movies. So you have like stuff, for example, there's one based off the Hercules movie, and that's like one of my guilty pleasure Disney movies. I adore that one. So, but it's all, and then also all the music is Disney songs. So they've done remixes of actual Disney songs. So while you're playing it, you'll hear, like, for the Hercules track, if anybody knows that soundtrack, you'll hear Zero to Hero, which I think is a really good song. But it's all mixed up in a good way. They've not just copied the song. And there's skills for each racer based off, like, the character. So, like, Hercules, for example, I've just unlocked him. His skill is, like, he gets a little mini Pegasus to go in front of him, and he goes faster. That's what I mean. It's really fun if you're into Disney movies, because of the amount of attention that they put to what these characters would have, like, as powers. Like, you've got Belle, and her power is she makes furniture appear on the track that everybody can go into. And it's like, if you think about it, Beauty and the Beast, enchanted furniture, it all sort of matches. So it's just fun, and there's so many different modes, and like there's like an online mode. So if you'd like to do that, you can just race online, and there's like you get progressive, you get like ranks on it, so you win stuff when you get to a rank. So that might be like a different color for your car, or like personalized stuff, or just even character, because it's shards. So it's a bit free. It's a bit free to play. I'm not gonna lie. But at the moment, I've not had any need to use money. I bought it for money. I think that's the difference here. It's not a free-to-play game. You have to pay. It's in early access at the moment. So it's about £30 early access.
What platform is this on?
I'm playing it on Switch, but it's on computer. So Steam, any computer, the consoles have it. It's called Disney Speedstorm. And if you just want a fun game, And if you're a Disney head like me and you love original Disney, the animated stuff. And it's just, like I said, it's just my sort of fun game at the moment. If I want to get home from work, I'll play a bit of it. And it's, like I said, I'm impressed with how much content. Because, like I said, there's online stuff. They have something called a season, which currently launched with, which is like specialized tracks based off of Disney and Pixar.
Sounds a bit, yeah. What they're doing is, it sounds like this game is a bit like Fortnite in that way, where you get a season battle pass. So you get a season pass, and then if you buy it, you get specialized. You get more stuff than the people would get if you play it free. Well, not play it free, but if you don't buy the season pass, but you still get stuff. It's just you get a lot more stuff if you pay that little bit extra. Yeah, it does sound fun actually, because I played Mario Kart on my phone, and then all of a sudden one day I went in to play the game, and it was like, oh, your phone is incompatible now. This game doesn't work on your phone now. And I was like, oh man, all my progress. I was racing other people online as well, and my progress was gone. But yeah, I love playing racing games, so that'd be something that I might look into that actually.
Because it's Disney and Pixar characters at the moment, so like the season is Monsters Inc. But that's what I mean. Like usually with these games, you get like a couple of modes and that's it. But like I said, there's like 4 or 5 different modes.
Yeah.
That you can play, and like I've currently got like 8 characters unlocked, and I've not had to pay anything. I've just been doing it naturally through credits.
But that's a better way of playing. In fairness, I agree with you playing that way, because that's the way I would play, because you've earned all your stuff that you're getting. Whereas if you pay for it, like you're getting free stuff, but you unlock a lot of stuff, and I don't. The companies are going to do that anyway. It's all money. But, the way you play it is the way everybody should play it, to be quite honest.
Yeah, because I'm not doing it for like competitive. Like I'm not online. That's my fun thing if I don't want to do anything else. And like I said, you quite easily get tiers in it, and then you just race a couple of races, and you might get a nice item. You might not, but that's what I like about it. It at the moment. Maybe it's the way I'm playing it, it could be that. But for me, it doesn't feel like it's pressuring you that you have to have all the unlocks or you have to have all... Like, there are certain tracks that you just go, oh, God, this is hard. But you can do it. You just have to be a bit more patient. And sort of and I found, after a couple of weeks of having it, stuff that I found hard, I'm a little bit better at now because I've just gotten used to it a bit. But yeah, if you like racing games, if you're into Disney, if you sort of want something that's more of, like I said, the sort of fun thing to do, I think it's quite fun. I've enjoyed it so far, and they're quite good with the community because it's the publisher's Gameloft. They actually seem to be really good with...
No, Gameloft is good. All the early mobile phone games back in the day when mobile phones were getting a little bit more smarter, the Gameloft, most of the phones had like they used to have loads of free games from Gameloft, and you'd get one game that was already on it, and then you'd go into their store and you could download like literally loads of their games.
Yeah,
they used to be great at that.
That's what I like. That I think now they've fully started to transition, and that's what I like from a mobile game developer to they've got this game, like I said, which is on console.
Well, that's good. They deserve it, and if they're charging as well, and the people are willing to pay, well, then
that's what I like.
Fair play, because they have seriously in the early days of the Nokia phones and all. They were the games on those phones that I used to spend hours on, and they kept me entertained. So I like when companies like that do transition and do well.
Yeah, and like what I've noticed a lot is like for their social media, and they actually communicate a lot with the fans of their games. Like if there's an issue, they will try their best to fix it. They're not one of these developers that sort of go, "Oh, we'll fix it," but it takes like months and months and months.
Yeah.
So it is in early access, so it's still sort of learning, but that's what I like about it as well. Like, there's so much room for it to change because they've just launched it and it's just early access. But like I
they
said,
do
I
that
like
a
that
lot
because
now.
I like it though because you put money up front, you can tell there's quality there. It's not like you've downloaded it for nothing and then they've made you like feel like you have to pay for it in other ways. It's like, no, just put your money up front and then you get it fully, the full experience, basically.
Yeah. Well, that sounds good. That sounds good. I'm a Mario Kart fan myself anyway, so yeah. So if there's any gamers in the chat with Cinnamon Toast Crunch, says he's a big gamer. So yeah, go and check that out. It'd be worth checking out. I'm pretty sure if it's on all consoles, it would be on the PlayStation store. PD, what have you got for us this week, pal?
Not much has been happening. I heard a rumor. That's a
Ooh, what's
little
the rumour?
rumor about the past. About we talk about advertising and Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's rumors coming out that you were right again. Chris Chibnall decided to do an Alex Kurtzman, tried to handle everything himself on his production regarding marketing, advertising, and toy sales.
That's
and
why
everything.
it went really bad.
And that's why everything came out at the last minute.
Oh yeah, I saw that that
Yeah.
on Twitter. I actually retweeted and said,
Yeah.
"Oh, so I was right again."
Yep,
look,
right
I'm not
again.
being listen. I'm not being big headed. My sources were
No,
great,
I know.
and they get the credit. But again,
Yeah.
another thing that we spoke about and right
Yeah.
about. But it doesn't matter at this stage. I don't really care.
Yeah, it's
You know what I
over.
mean?
It's
As I
done.
said, remember what I told you? I said all of this will come out eventually. Nobody believed me. I was dragged through the mud by certain YouTubers on this platform.
I know.
And everything that I spoke about has come true. So I don't need to prove myself to these people anymore, and I don't need to acknowledge them. But that was nice, man. That was nice seeing
I
that.
know. I'm just going to say this. It's just that all the shit's always end up floating to the top of the cesspool in the end, doesn't it? Always does.
I tell you what, I can't wait because I do think it will eventually come out. Like how actually the BBC handled the whole timeless child stuff. I cannot wait for that to start to come out. Because you could see such a backtrack and you could see them panicking in real time.
Yeah.
They did.
So
I did. And remember, I told you on this channel, he was told the course correct. He was told to give fans more of the familiar. I'm telling you, man, all of this it's coming out bit by bit. I'm actually surprised how fast it's coming out. That's the thing that's actually baffling me, because this is the thing that these other leakers don't realize are ones that claim that they're leakers. Right? I put out stuff. I'm not saying that stuff is going to come. It's not always going to come true straight away. I've always said when I put stuff out there, be a couple of weeks, couple of months. It could be a year from now. But I've always been right. I've never led anybody astray on this channel. I've told everybody this is why I still have the people that are here today support me, because they know they've heard everything I've said. I don't. It's just funny, but all of that will come out. It will. It'll come out about Jodie Whittaker as well. You're right. We haven't even gotten into any of her stuff yet. Right?
No.
But stuff will come out about her as well, you know.
Well, there was rumours she was not happy, wasn't there? There was rumours circulating that she was actually seeing the scripts and being like, what on earth?
Yeah, she wasn't happy.
Yeah.
And there was tension between the two of them. It all come out in the end. Chaos in Cardiff, I said it from day one.
It was true,
and I'll say it again. Chaos in Cardiff happened, and everybody that doubted me, well, do you know what? Kiss it. Anyway, we got On Comics in the chat as well. He says, hail chat. So we'll, and we got Scottish Stavros and friends wrestle with pop culture.
Hello, Daniel.
In the chat.
Hey, Daniel.
Also. So yeah, that was interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Some cool little things. I bought myself a few little early birthday presents. I got myself the brand new badge from Star Trek Picard, magnetic, which is really nice, from Fan Sets. Really good job. They're running out of stock of them at the moment, actually, because Picard Season 3 was so popular. And you'll like this. I got myself the 1/1000th scale model of the USS Voyager.
Nice.
Yeah.
My one bloody broke.
Yeah.
I had them all. I had all the ships. Did you remember There was
Yes, I've got
the
a couple
collectors
myself.
magazines. Do you
Eagle
remember
Moss,
the
Eagle Moss
yeah,
ones. Yeah,
yeah, and they were on their little stands. Yeah, I
yeah,
had them all, mate. Collected them all. Right, went into town the city centre every
yeah,
time there was a new release of that magazine. Your man would
yeah,
actually. I said it to him, please, 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 every week. I'll be in every week. At first, he
yeah,
didn't actually believe me because you know when you go into these stuff,
yeah,
you don't
And you
believe it
tell
at
them,
first.
yeah.
So then by the second week, so remember I told you to hold one. I go, oh yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back the next one. When's the next one being released? Such and such. Hold one for me, will you? I'll be in. And then he did after that. Collected them all, mate. I was moving something, banged off the shelf, and they all came down. Bang.
Mm.
yeah.
Most of them. Most
Oh
of
god.
them. Actually, not most of them. All of them had damage. Broke.
Oh god, I've had that.
Yeah.
Something similar.
I was gutted, and I've never
Oh,
been
yeah.
able to replace them. And I know you can reorder them. I think so. I'm gonna look for them and
Yeah.
reorder them because they were
Master
lovely.
Replicas makes them now. They're releasing them now because the other company went bust.
We
They're
got
releasing
that.
exactly the same as the Eagle Moss ones, but they're made by
Mm.
Master Replicas now, re-releasing them.
Oh man, I love it, man.
Yeah, 'cause
Anyway,
which one went bust? Was that Eagle Moss? Did
Eagle
they go
Moss, yeah.
bust?
yeah.
I know there was. See, I'm not into this sort of stuff. I remember there was a big company though that went.
Actually, yeah. Talking about all of that, there was a rumor, and I don't know if this actually holds weight because we've all heard of the. We covered it here on Friday Night Contact around maybe 3 weeks ago. Do you remember the big announcement by Funko Pop
Oh, they
that
went bust, yeah.
basically, yeah, that they went bust? Now, there's a rumor concerning Doctor Who that there's going to be Funko
Yeah.
Pops in relation to the 60th anniversary.
Yeah, weird.
But I don't see how that's possible if they had to write off $30 million worth of merchandise.
Yeah, I was gonna say because they're still about, aren't they? They haven't gone bust. They just had a massive like.
It might have
We
been
have.
bought by someone.
I'm sure, wasn't it just they were talking about having to massively downsize because of the
Yeah.
amount of stock, like you said, that was just filling up warehouses.
Liquidated
Well,
stock, yeah.
Doctor Who will. I'll tell you though, if this is true, it's a smart move by Funko Pop because the 60th is going to be popular, and I'm telling you, people are going to buy those Funko Pops. And
Yeah,
they
like
will.
especially
It's
if
not.
it's
It's not my type of thing. Listen, that kind of merch, that Funko Pop style, Cheryl's into it. I've never been really into it. There's one or two from Doctor Who that I've looked at and I said, "Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind that one." Like, but it wouldn't be something that I'd go out my way and buy. But I know that a lot of fans, especially fans today, love them. So this is
Yeah.
actually a good idea, and because
oh
the
here we go.
60 days. Go on.
Gobby's just said there's talks of somebody buying them. So that
There
because
you
I thought
Oh,
they
yeah.
hadn't fully gone.
For a takeover.
There you go. Well, there
Sorry,
you
chat,
go.
I'll fix my icon.
Unless someone connect smart, it'd be a smart move if it was bought by maybe Bad Wolf or Disney, and then
Yeah.
they use that then to pump out their own Funko Pops, like Doctor Who, Star Wars. Even though, like most people will say Star Wars is dead in the water, but they'll still flog them.
Apparently, talking of games, that Star Wars game, what's it called? My brother's been playing it, Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
He's really been enjoying that game. He said it's really well written, apparently.
Oh, they are. The first one's really good as well. Haven't played it yet.
Yeah,
He
I've heard
loved the
some
first
negative
one.
stuff about it, but you're always going to get that with these Star Wars fans because they're never going to be happy no matter what
They're worse than Trekkies.
actually happens. But I'm not into Star Wars games. Never played them. Never will. If you give me a Star Trek game now, that's a different story.
Supposed to be a new one coming out on PlayStation.
But but I want a decent one where I'm a captain of a ship and something, and you have to like figure stuff out and stuff.
What's that one which was like an FMV game? That looked alright. Where like it was actually filmed and you were like in character, like you were.
Oh,
it's like
Starfleet Academy or Klingon Academy.
Yeah,
one of them.
That didn't look because I've got a soft spot for FMV games, so that didn't look bad.
Oh, I could give you quite a few, Charlotte, if you wanted them. Recommend quite a few as well. Yeah, sorry.
Apparently on PC, that game is actually broken. It's
Yeah,
bugged to
that's
hell on
what I've heard. It's
PC.
more the technical stuff I've heard, but my brother
Yeah.
said actually the story and the writing is actually quite good. He said,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. As I
like
said,
PG said, the first one was, so it's not a surprise.
Oh yeah, Fallen Order was good.
yeah.
So
I've
I'm trying
always
to find
wanted to
the
play the
Star Trek game.
Alien games. You know, they look
Oh,
interesting.
Alien Isolation is amazing.
I heard that is, but I can't afford it right now. But it is my birthday coming
Oh,
up, so I
God.
might be able to, break an arm or two. Oh, I
Yeah.
shouldn't have said that. You can't say break an arm or two nowadays. Apparently, that's I'm only messing.
Oh, of course it
Lost
is.
an arm and a leg. Yeah.
Yeah, or like break an arm and a leg. No, I'll think about that one because I want to get the new Manchester United jersey, so I can't be too greedy. Um, but I'll have to decide on that one because I really want to play that because everybody's told me that's the best game, but I want to. But I'm an Alien fan and I've never played any of them, so I'm kind of annoyed at myself.
Yeah.
I think the one that I think I played 1 years ago on someone can correct me if I'm right here, but if I'm wrong, I should say. But I'm pretty sure I played an Alien game on the Sega Mega Drive 2. Aliens, I think it was called, and I think that was the only
Alien
one.
3, yeah.
I think that was the only one I played. Or was it Aliens 3? Could have been that. I don't
It's
know.
in the prison. It's Paul Ripley. It's Alien 3.
But I forget. It was that
Yeah,
long
I've still
ago.
got a copy.
Sure, I played the Moonwalker one with Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That was funny.
But to be fair, there was some bad, like nowadays, I think games have finally realised if you want to do a property based off like a movie or something, just make your own story in that universe. Don't copy it. Because that's what they did, didn't they, originally? It was just, here's a better version of the same story you already know.
Gobby said it was Aliens.
Yeah, it's the only game on the Mega Drive.
Okay, that was the one that I played. See, that's how far back I go.
I know.
I remember it was actually pretty decent, actually. If I remember correctly, I thought it was a decent game. I played the RoboCop one as well. That was actually
Terminator. That was brilliant.
That was actually interesting.
That actually had a gore mode that made it even worse.
Yeah,
shoot women in it, shoot people in windows, blood splatter everywhere. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, that would not fly now.
No, they had to.
No, everything is censored now. Listen, right? Listen. This is the thing, right? The gaming companies release games for different age groups, right?
Yeah.
Now, here's where I've always stood on it, right? And it's the same with movies as well, right? It's the parents' responsibility to make sure that their kids haven't got access to those. Now, if they're parents that do allow them to have access, right? Most games, I'm not saying all, but most games do have a safety mode where the adults can put it on, where they don't see all the guts and all of that other stuff, right? But gaming companies and gamers like us should not be punished because parents can't get a hold of their kids and watch what they're actually doing on social media or on the game and stuff. That's not our responsibility. We play these games for enjoyment. Doesn't mean that we're going to go out. Like if I play Grand Theft Auto, right, 5, that doesn't mean that I'm going to get up, right, and start going out robbing cars and jacking people and you know what I mean? I just play it for the enjoyment. Okay, but kids out there, and I don't mean to be picking on you, but kids out there ruin it for everybody else because parents don't do their job, right? That's why I stopped playing Fortnite, man. I was actually getting back into that game again. I was loving it, even though people slate and think it's crap. I enjoy playing it, but I had to stop playing it because every lobby I was going in, there was some mad American kid screaming down, pick me up, right? And I just got sick and tired of it, man. Right? They shouldn't even be on the bleeding game. Right? Then you have parents, Fortnite is violent. Well, watch what your kids are watching then.
Yeah, parental guidance has gone out the window
right?
now.
It's like it tells you that the game is for a certain age. Right? But parents are going to say, I want this new game, Fortnite. Give us money to buy these. I want this new skin. They don't realise what they're buying their kids. Then they ruin it for the rest of us. Screaming kids, and it's always Americans, Seriously, man, sugar it up the air, little weirdos. Right, I was in a lobby with three of them one time, and I just as soon as they opened their mouth, I was gone. I was gone. I don't even. I just hope to run into some adults when I'm playing, and luckily enough, I was able. And I said, you know what? Follow each other, will you? So if you're playing, I see you're on, send me an invite, vice versa, so I could play with some bleeding adults, man.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. So many developers now who were traditional like story-driven games are trying this multiplayer online stuff, and it's like you can't do it.
No.
Like if your wheelhouse is either like an RPG or a really heavy story-driven game, I'm sorry, you can't just switch easily to something where priorities are completely different. And it's just it's like I said before, I really like the Arkham games, the Batman Arkham games. That studio, Rocksteady, the next thing that's coming out, and it's been delayed because of the bad reaction just off the previews, is a multiplayer Suicide Squad game.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
like,
but they're all.
why have you done that?
Yeah, but listen, here's the thing though. Right, I know, I get where you're saying that some of these games don't have stories to them and they're all just like multiplayer and stuff, and there's no. And I do agree with you, there is a lot. But Fortnite, in fairness to it, does have a story each season. It has a brand new story, and there are missions that you need to go on and you have to fulfill quests and all that. So it's not just one of those games where you're just mindlessly going in and shooting each other. Like I found with Call of Duty lately. Call of Duty hasn't been the same. See the old Call of Duty games. You'll never beat them. You'll never beat them. They've never made decent games since those old games back in the day. All those old zombie maps and all of that going with it. Right? They haven't. All those newer games, they've ruined them. Right? They've ran out of steam. But then they tried the same thing that Fortnite did. Oh, let's do a battle pass now with 100 people on a map. Right? And don't get me wrong, I played and I was into it for a while. But the problem with them is, you know what happens? The developers, right, and the creators of this, they don't give a crap, right?
Yeah,
they
because
don't give a crap
they're not
once they're up, and
invested.
then what happens? All the servers are full of bloody cheats, right? So it ruins your enjoyment. You're having a decent game with a squad of people that you've met, right? And you're being ripped off because someone is using a cheat mode like on you. It's full of cheats. Full of cheats. At least with Fortnite now, they're actually getting really strict and they're getting rid of cheats, right? They're still slow sometimes, Epic Games, but they get there. But see the people behind Call of Duty, they don't give a crap. They put out a new map. Oh, here's a new map for you, but in a couple of weeks' time, it'll be full.
Wow.
It'll be full of cheats, like, and it's unplayable then. So I got rid of those games off me bleeding, me PlayStation to get rid of.
I think the problem is a lot of the old school developers. I can't remember who the studio is now who makes it, but they've gone. Like they've gone to other studios or they've set up their own studios.
Yeah,
I think that's a massive issue with developers. It's like I really liked the even though it was varying quality. Let's say I like the Telltale games.
Oh yeah, got Sam Max.
But like The Walking Dead and like when they were doing their like choice driven stuff.
They did Back to the Future as well, I think.
That was good.
That one was very good.
That's what I mean. They could make some quality stuff, and then because a load of the good writers and the good like story people in the company left, then the later ones just weren't as good, and you could tell that certain key people weren't there to give that quality in it. Because some of the later ones were just really bad. Like your choices really didn't matter. The characters weren't that good. You didn't really want to.
And you know what I love about Telltale, the games that you're talking about, right? If you actually go onto your PlayStation store, guys, they'll give you the first chapter or the first episode for free, right? And then if you like it, so they give you the opportunity to play. Because I did with The Walking Dead, believe it or not, and I didn't watch the show, but I played the game. And the game was I really enjoyed it.
The first couple of seasons of that were brilliant.
Yeah. So you can get it free and start off with the 4. And if it's something you like, it is. If you do like those type of games, trust me, it's worth investing.
But here's the thing: they're technically back now. They basically a lot of the developers basically made Telltale anew partnered up with another developer, so they are, and they're doing a sequel to The Wolf Among Us, which is another one of their games, which is really good.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that's good when it comes out.
Yeah. Gobby, we should team up sometime. I know Cinnamon has a PlayStation as well, as far as I'm aware. And we should do an L squad and play something, maybe multiplayer. So there used to be no bleeding kids, screaming kids.
If you can make your own lobby, basically.
Have a bit of fun, sometime. That'd be great. We should do that actually on the other channel that I have. I haven't done a stream on that in a couple of weeks. I think I did. Yeah, here, listen, I tried to stream on the other channel, Mafia, right? YouTube is just ridiculous, right? I mean, well, it's not really YouTube, it's the gaming companies, but yous are idiots, right? I'm just going to say it out straight to you. Listen for a minute, right? If you're streaming on Twitch, if you're streaming on YouTube or whatever video platform or streaming service you're using, right? You shouldn't be punishing players for promoting your stuff, right? Even if it has music in it, you should come with should come with some deal. We're giving you free advertising by telling people whether we like this game or not. And even if we don't like the game, some people will like it when they see the gameplay or whatever, right? So we're actually giving you free promotion. What do you do? What do you do? Oh, you played a bit of music. Oh, we're gonna block that worldwide now, so your whole stream is useless. And that's exactly what happened with me. We stream at Mafia, right? I was enjoying that game. That Daniel was in watching me play, right? Literally did the first episode, hour of me time playing the bloody game, right? Then I go into my YouTube channel and I find out it's blocked worldwide because I played 1930s music. Like I use it shitting me 1930s music. Nobody's listening to 1930s music.
Not really.
Well, that's
and anybody that made music in the 1930s, sorry, more than likely they're probably all croaked, man. So come on.
Holding companies, it's all holding companies.
And Nintendo was the worst for it, apparently.
Oh god,
they're better now, but at one point they were ridiculous about
insane. Yeah,
they were like everything was getting hit. So people but the difference was there. People just then said, "We're not going to play your games," and then that made them have to like get a bit less ridiculous. Like they actually, because Nintendo isn't one to back down.
Yeah,
but they got enough of a backlash.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. I think nowadays a lot of games have streamer mode, don't they? That they have music
they do with FIFA now, which is great.
Which is good.
Yeah, but then it kind of ruins the experience because the music is part of that, and it kind of does. But Gobby is saying that would be fun because I do scream a load of come here, man. I'm the worst. I actually even give out to me teammates. Like, what were you absolute? When I used to play Fortnite, listen, I was literally fighting with my own teammates. I was going like, "I sit over there, man." Literally, we'd be killing each other, and then the next day we'd be playing again, or that night we'd be playing again, and it'd be like as if nothing happened. Because you know yourself, what happens on stream stays on stream. Yeah. It's
exactly.
just, you know.
Especially, and also when you're gaming, I think it's acceptable a little bit if you're around mates to go a little bit like ham.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, your language is disgusting. Mine is as well. I do have those streams at 18 when I know, especially if it's playing Call of Duty, any Call of Duty, right? I know I have to make the stream over 18 because it's going to get rough. Because do you know what ones I hate? You know, ones that shoot you to get you down, but then they start acting the maggot around you while you're just lying there, and then that does my head in. Just kill me. Like, I know you're better than me. That's what I do even shout out. I know you're better than me in the game. Just kill me.
Just stop taunting me.
That's it. So, yeah, we all do it.
Yeah.
We'll go for another 5-10 minutes and then we'll let everybody shoot off tonight and have an early one. It's cooling down here now. It was warm here.
Nice day today.
It was a nice day. I just want to
Yeah.
put my hand under the tap again.
I know that feeling. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Uh,
getting back to the Star
yeah,
Trek
go on.
video games, Star Trek Resurgence should be coming out on the console soon. That looks really good. Star Trek RPG.
What type of? I was going to say, what type of game is it?
Role-playing game, RPG.
Oh, okay.
Good.
I'll have a look at that then.
You get to play on a Centaur class ship as I think it's a commander or something. This looks
Right.
really good.
But can you get promoted and all and work your way up?
Probably you probably already stay at the rank, but it's proper story driven. So you're going
Grand.
around
I
trying to
like
solve a
story,
mystery or something
yeah.
or do something. Spock appears in it, so Ambassador Spock
Nice,
before he
nice.
disappears. So it looks really good. Oh, did you also see what Otoy put out for Star Trek?
No.
No.
Did you see they put a video out and it's brilliant. It's like cruising over salvaging the Enterprise D-Saucer section. And then it's Ambassador Spock's visiting Kirk's grave, and it's done so perfectly.
Oh, is this old footage that
Yeah.
somebody's repurposed?
It's the thingy footage, yeah. It had actually had an actor, and it was in full kind of makeup, and he actually looked like Leonard Nimoy, and I think they just enhanced it slightly.
Yeah.
But they're doing some really good stuff at Otoy. I'd go check that out. Some of the stuff they do is brilliant. And William Shatner in his interview about it, turned around and dropped Rick Berman in it about his killing him off in Generations. It's quite funny. But yeah, go to check it out. I'll put
I'm
the link
surprised
in the
because
chat.
once upon a time, talking about copyright and strikes, and Paramount or whoever owns the rights at that point were pretty horrible, weren't they? With fans.
Yeah.
Oh, that was JJ when JJ took over. It was being nasty.
Yeah. So are they
Berman didn't give a
starting to
damn.
go like nicer about that now?
No, this is actually part of the Roddenberry archive.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's it's all paid for, but this is like all the old guard doing it at Otoy. It's not the new guys. New guys are just promoting it. And everyone we like is in there, like Terry, Michael Cuda, Doug Drexler, all the old guard from behind the scenes on Star Trek, and even Terry. Terry is technically old guard though, so there we go. But yeah, they're just making some really good stuff. I'd go check it out. It's in the chat.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
In the private chat.
No, it's in the public chat. Do you want it in private as well? I'll put it in private as well.
No, I think that was the game PD put in the private chat.
Yeah, and there you go. There's Otoy in the private as well. You want to check? They want to check that out in the chat as well. Star Trek Resurgence. I'll shove the website
Oh,
in
and
as well.
Daniel, your pro wrestling streams are not family friendly.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. There are plenty of other things like good and funny and brilliant, but they're not family friendly.
Yeah.
You are Scottish, so it's just part of the gig.
Yeah, I know.
Brilliant. Paul, yeah. Well, compared to mine, you're a saint, Daniel. Compared to mine, you're a saint. Yeah, because I do really get angry with FIFA sometimes. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And else, you just want to finish up with before
Really,
we
just-
head off?
No, it's sort of
very
gone
much.
quiet again, hasn't it? Like
Yeah.
we had stuff going on for the last couple of weeks, and then it's
Just
just a down
trailers.
period again.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently there's we'll be talking about it on Friday, but there's a writer's strike in the US.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff has been put on hold.
Do you know what
which
Go on, sorry. Do you know what my feelings Terry is? Terry Metalis is like, yeah, just take it easy. Just take your time with Legacy if it does get released. Just take your time, mate. If you don't mind. Just make it good.
Well, a lot of the talk show, actually all of the talk shows now have been put on hold. So there'll be
Nobody will miss them.
no propaganda for the next couple of weeks. Everybody will love it. It'll be absolutely fantastic. Listening to these idiots drone on about the next thing, whatever it is. For a few weeks, lads, you can enjoy it. There'll actually be decent stuff on the TV. They'll have to fill it with all stuff. So
that's what they'll do. It'll be a load of reruns, and people will be reminded.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, we'll talk more about that on Friday. Don't forget the member streams tomorrow, so come and join us. For that, and we are gonna wrap it up there. So what I'll do is I'll get the panelists to do their shout outs, and we will leave it there for tonight.
Yep. So just for me with Spacebook, we are back live with our live show. Dan thinks he's got a guest. I don't know who it is, so I can't tell you. But he thinks he's got a guest, so we might have somebody joining us this Thursday. And so join us, because I don't know what the topics are. It might be more to do with the guest or our general topics. And then keep an eye out on other things like podcasts that I might pop up on, or other things to do with Spacebook. And you'll catch me here on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Fantastic. PD.
Okay, you can normally find me on Rabbi's channel in a chat. You can find me here and sometimes on Dan's channel. And I'm not going to say where Rabbi is tonight. I'm just going to keep the peace on that one. I'll tell you afterwards.
Fantastic. Right. We'll leave it there tonight, folks. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see all you members tomorrow for our members stream, and then the rest of you on Friday for the Noelzone talks, and that will be at 5:45 unless Christian's lunch break is earlier, and then we go live a little bit earlier. If not, it'll be 5:45, and then 9 o'clock Friday night. We've got Friday night contact, and we'll be talking about that writer strike, and along with other stuff that was announced before this all happened. So we've got plenty to talk about. So come and join us for that. We will say good night, folks. Have a good evening. Take care of yourselves, and I shall talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.